The minutes drag as the hours fly by. The neighbors wave as the world passes by. And I sit in the dark alone and just sigh. I should be sleeping, but I've got the same old questions again. You say you love me, but what do you mean? And are you mine? And will you always be? When all your promises are like seeds in the weeds, and I don't need them. 'Cause you know I've been a dreamer all my life, and in my dreams I don't have to lie. And you still want me for your wife, but this ain't a dream. And I'm sitting in the dark alone again, as I sit here with my one and only friend. It's the way you said you'd love me till the end. Well, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm sitting in the dark alone again. You said you love me till the end. Well, I'm still waiting. So I sit in the dark with my old guitar, and I play my songs. It feels like home, and it always has. It's where I belong, 'cause it never let me down. I was born on a dream in the cold July, and I've spent all my life just asking why. I've never known what it's like to feel alive till now. And I'm sitting in the dark alone again, as I sit here with my one and only friend. It's the way you said you'd love me till the end. Well, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm sitting in the dark alone again. You said you love me till the end. Well, I'm still waiting. And I know, it's all my fault for falling for you. You know, I should've known it was too good to be true. But it's okay, it's okay. I know it's not the end, 'cause I've still got my one and only friend. And I don't need you no more. No, I don't need you no more. No, I don't need you no more. No, I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. No, I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. The seams didn't burst with a sudden violent sound. They just unraveled softly and fell onto the ground. I didn't feel the tearing when the thread began to part. It was a quiet winter creeping cold into the heart. The teacup on the counter has a line you cannot see, a microscopic mapping of the end of you and me. And it's a soft fracture, a silent kind of split, with no dramatic ending to the heavy weight of it. No crashing of the mirrors, no shouting in the dark, just the imperceptible fading of a prehistoric spark. It's a gradual sort of heartbreak, a numbing of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. Soft fracture in the slow motion slide. Is there a name for the damage that doesn't leave a scar, that leaves you lost and lonely right exactly where you are? Disappointment is the dust that is settling on the pain, muffling the rhythm of a steady, endless rain. I'm a library of chapters that were written with a sigh, a monument to maybe under a flat and paper sky. The key is in the ignition, but the engine doesn't roar. It just stays completely quiet, like the lock upon the door. Heartbreak is the realization that the tension simply died, leaving me with nothing but the vacancy inside. Loss is not a collision, it's the way the colors thin, until the absolute zero of the winter settles in. And it's a soft fracture, a silent kind of split, with no dramatic ending to the heavy weight of it. No crashing of the mirrors, no shouting in the dark, just the imperceptible fading of a prehistoric spark. It's a gradual sort of heartbreak, a numbing of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. Soft fracture in the slow motion slide. No snap, no tear, just fading into air, unbound, unmet. The end of regret, quietly undone. The very last run. Fracture. The wick has traveled downward to the bottom of the glass, watching the remaining smoke and heavy vapors pass. I've been feeding every memory to keep the shadows bright, to push against the borders of an overlapping night. But the fuel is gone completely, and the tallow's turning cold, leaving only soot upon a story far too often told. And I am burnt out, a cinder in the dark, saving spark. No heat within the marrow, no flicker in the eye, just the carbon silhouette beneath the paper sky. It's a spent kind of heartbreak, a blackening of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. Burnt out in the coldness of the ash. If I pour the modern fluid, would the friction even bite? Or is the structure far too charred to ever capture light? Disappointment is the vacuum where the oxygen went dry. A quiet conversation with a throat too parched to cry. I'm a library of matches that were used up one by one. A monument to everything that's finally undone. The mirror shows a chimney where the fire used to roar, now reflecting nothing but the grayness on the floor. Heartbreak is the moment when the glowing turns to grit, leaving me to sit inside the ruins of it. Loss is not a sudden snap, it's the way the embers thin, until the absolute zero of the winter moves right in. And I am burned out, a cinder in the dark, without a single fiber left to hold a saving spark. No heat within the marrow, no flicker in the eye, just the carbon silhouette beneath the paper sky. It's a spent kind of heartbreak, a blackening of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. Burnt out in the coldness of the ash. The flame dies, the cold stays, the end of the bright days. No more fuel, no more spark, just the black in the dark. Burnt out. Burnt out. My fingers are uncurling from the edge of your old coat, releasing the final anchors that were keeping me afloat. I'm dropping every souvenir into the rushing stream, a physical surrender of a half-remembered dream. The shoreline is retreating as I drift into the gray, watching everything that matters slowly wash itself away. And I am letting go, untying every knot, leaving all the pieces in the place the world forgot. No friction in the fingers, no weight within the palm, just the terrifying quiet of a cold and endless calm. It's a weightless kind of heartbreak, a dissolving of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. Letting go, and the sky is opening wide. signal lost at sea, drowning in the absolute of what remains of me. The space between my open palms is cold and turning white, a clean and quiet vacancy in the middle of the night. Heartbreak is the realization that the thread was only dust, a bitter calculation at the end of all my trust. Loss is not a shouting, it's the way the tension breaks, accounting for the wreckage of a lifetime of mistakes. And I am letting go, untying every knot, leaving all the pieces in the place the world forgot. No friction in the fingers, no weight within the palm, just the terrifying quiet of a cold and endless calm. It's a weightless kind of heartbreak, a dissolving of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. Letting go, and the sky is opening wide. Open hands, empty air, nothing left to hold or care. Let it drift, let it fall, the end of it all. Letting go. The reservoir is empty and the well has hit the stone, a final confirmation that the water is all gone. I'm sitting on the floorboards with my hands upon my knees, listening to the winter moving through the naked trees. I've argued with the shadow till my throat is burning dry, and there isn't enough spirit left inside of me to cry. And there is no more, the ledger has been closed, leaving every fracture completely, fully exposed. No more maybe on the table, no more someday in the night, just the absolute surrender to the fading of the light. It's a finished kind of heartbreak, a quietness of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. No more, and the static's all that's left. Is there a name for the peace when you finally give up, when you drain the final poison from a cracked and empty cup? Disappointment was the gravity that pulled me to the floor, but it cannot hurt the spirit that doesn't care anymore. I'm a library of cinders, I'm a notebook full of rain, reaching the final boundary of the pulse and of the pain. The mirror shows a silhouette that's bleeding into gray, a quiet dissolution of the things that washed away. the effort was a lie. Underneath the heavy ceiling of a flat and paper sky. Loss is not a shouting, it's the way the texture thins until the absolute zero of the winter finally wins. And there is no more, the ledger has been closed, leaving every fracture completely, fully exposed. No more maybe on the table, no more someday in the night. Just the absolute surrender to the fading of the light. It's a finished kind of heartbreak, a quietness of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. No more, and the static's all that's left. Turn it off, shut it down, the quietest ghost in town. No more try, no more plea, the very end of me. No more. There are no slamming doors or voices rising through the floor, just the quiet recognition that we don't look anymore. I'm packing up the matches that we never got to strike, in a house that's grown transparent and a world I don't quite like. The dust is settling softly on the keys upon the stand, as the last remaining history slips out of my hand. And it's a quiet ending, a fade out to the grave, watching every vibrant memory simply wash itself away. No static on the wire, no lightning in the sky, just the slow and steady closing of a heavy, tired eye. It's a muted kind of heartbreak, a structural release, trading all the struggle for a cold and hollow peace. Quiet ending, and the room is letting go. Is there a name for the silence when the music finally stops, when the mercury of everything into the cellar drops? Disappointment is the vacuum that is holding back the air, a permanent reminder of the things that aren't there. I'm a vessel with no cargo, I'm a notebook with no ink, standing at the edge of where the shadows start to sink. The clock is ticking slower, but the hands are standing still, surrendering the senses to a broken, weary will. Heartbreak is the realization that the feature's finally done, beneath the heavy pressure of a cold and dying sun. Loss is not a shouting, it's the way the light goes thin, until the absolute zero of the winter settles in. And it's a quiet ending, floorboards didn't shatter, they just turned to liquid air, leaving me with nothing but a handful of despair. I was reaching for the railings, I was grasping for a vine, but the anchors in the plaster were a crooked, broken line. The horizon is ascending as the daylight starts to thin, letting all the absolute zero of the winter settle in. And I'm caught inside the fall, a never-ending drop, with no ground beneath the spirit that can make the motion stop. No gravity to save me, no handle on the wall, just the steady recognition of the ruin of it all. It's a vertical kind of heartbreak, a plunging of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. The fall and the wind is in my ears. Is there a comfort in the rushing when you give up on the flight? When you trade the heavy struggle for the safety of the night? Disappointment is the pressure that is building in the chest, a silent conversation that won't let the spirit rest. I'm a library of cinders, I'm a star that's burning black, on a one-way journey downward with no road to lead me back. Lines of the house we built all fading from my view, a small and distant portrait of the ghost of me and you. Heartbreak is the realization that the platform wasn't real, reflected in the numbness that my fingers start to feel. Loss is not a sudden crash, the distance from the start, measuring a fracture in a weary breaking heart. And I'm caught inside the fall, a never-ending drop, with no ground beneath the spirit that can make the motion stop. No gravity to save me, no handle on the wall, just the steady recognition of the ruin of it all. It's a vertical kind of heartbreak, a plunging of the soul, watching all the emptiness finally take control. The fall and the wind is in my ears, going down, sinking deep. No more promises to keep. The air is thin, the speed is fast, surrendering to the past. The fall. My heel is hanging suspended right above the gravel track, the absolute final boundary where I can never wander back. I've left the heavy baggage sitting empty at the door, the ghost of all our failures scattered on the kitchen floor. The shadows aren't following me, they're staying in the room, while I walk out of the architecture of a lifelong gloom. And it's the last crossing of the line, the permanent division of your history and mine. No panic in the breathing, no terror in the night, just the quiet dissolution of the final piece of light. It's a concluding kind of heartbreak, a stillness of the soul, watching all the emptiness completely take control. The last step and the silence of the air. Is there a memory that lingers when you finally pass the gate? Or do the fractures vanish along with all the hate? Disappointment was the gravity that anchored me to earth, but I've traded all the struggle for an absolute worth. I'm a vessel with no cargo, I'm a star that's burning black, on a one-way journey outward with no road to lead me back. The latch is clicking heavy as the threshold disappears, a clean and sudden closure to the accumulated years. Heartbreak is the realization that the motion had to cease, surrendering the fragments to a cold and hollow peace. Loss is not a shouting, it's the way the vision clears, leaving empty space behind to swallow up the fears. And it's the last step, a crossing of the line, the permanent division of your history and mine. No panic in the breathing, no terror in the night, just the quiet dissolution of the final piece of light. It's a concluding kind of heartbreak, a stillness of the soul, watching all the emptiness completely take control. The last step and the silence of the air. Lift the foot, set it down, leaving the ghost town. No more path, no more spark, into the quiet dark. Last step. The cloud of safety vanished in a sudden blinding flash, bringing down the castle in a single heavy crash. I was gliding on a promise, I was floating on a maze, but the gravity of reality has pulled the floor away. There is no net of fabric, no cushion for the spine, just the impact of the truth against this fragile heart of mine. And it's a hard landing, a shattering of bone, the violent realization that I'm hitting this alone. No brakes to slow the descent, no wings to catch the air, just the wreckage of the spirit on the asphalt of despair. It's a brutal kind of heartbreak, a structural impact, where the illusions of the journey finally start to crack. Hard landing, and the dust is choking me. Is there a way to gather what is broken on the ground? When the impact makes a silence that is louder than a sound, Disappointment is the friction that is burning through the metal. As the jagged little pieces of the history start to settle, I'm a monument to failure, I'm a statue made of grit. I've collided with the absolute, and I'm through with all of it. The instruments are broken and the glass is in my skin, letting all the absolute zero of the winter move right in. Heartbreak is the moment when the momentum turns to stone, leaving you to bleed inside a kingdom of your own. Loss is not the flying, it's the stop against the clay, as the remnants of the forever simply wash themselves away. And it's a hard landing, a shattering of bone, the violent realization that I'm hitting this alone. No brakes to slow the descent, no wings to catch the air, just the wreckage of a spirit on the asphalt of despair. It's a brutal kind of heartbreak, a structural impact, where the illusions of the journey finally start to crack. Hard landing, and the dust is choking me. The impact, the break, accounting for the big mistake. No more flight, no more sky, just the ground and the wide, hard landing. The layers haven't stripped away like paper from the wall, until there is no shield to catch the damage of the fall. I'm standing in the center of a cold and vacant room, without a single shadow left to hide me from the gloom. The armor that I carried was a heavy hollow lie, leaving me exposed beneath a flat and paper sky. And it's a bare soul, shivering and plain, with no protective fabric left to filter out the pain. No armor for the heartbreak, no shelter for the grief, just the raw and jagged texture of a long and lonely thief. It's a naked kind of failure, a thinning of the skin, watching all the emptiness finally move on in. Bare soul and the winter in my chest. If I wrap myself in cinders, would the warmth ever return? Or is there nothing left inside a spirit built to burn? Disappointment is the frost that settles on the exposed nerve, a bitter compensation for a turn I couldn't serve. I'm a monument of vulnerability, a statue made of fact, watching as the outer shell begins to split and crack. The mirror doesn't flatter, and the shadows don't pretend, revealing the exact layout of how the stories end. Heartbreak is the realization that the guard was just a dream, tearing at the stitches of a failing, fragile seam. Loss is not a mystery, it's the absolute of light, shining on the wreckage in the middle of the night. And it's a bare soul, shivering and plain, with no protective fabric left to filter out the pain. No armor for the heartbreak, no shelter for the grief, just the raw and jagged texture of a long and lonely thief. It's a naked kind of failure, a thinning of the skin, watching all the emptiness finally move on in. Bare soul, and the winter in my chest. No more shield, no more shield, no more wall, no more wall, exposed to it all, stark, raw, bleak, bare soul.